Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is a 746 Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. This is a really fantastic 40k no rules battle. Let's say we've been spicing up our games lately, and I hope you are enjoying them. Here you can see this is fought on my favourite map, the Germanic Forest map, but if you notice, no winter scenario this time, just an ordinary battlefield, no snow. You still got the woods where you can hide your troops and spring those nasty ambushes onto enemy troops, but as I say, no snow, so no barbarian faction advantage here. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member TR. Now TR has got 6 pikes, 1 Thracian mercenary, 2 chariot archers, 1 heavy archer chariot, 6 cavalry, 2 hillmen and 2 archers. So he's certainly got a diverse Pontus army here, as he normally does. Now if you have a look at this particular unit here, these are Thracian mercenaries. Very rare you see them on our 31k battlefield, and quite rare to see them on 40k no rules as well. And you'll see that it's fully upgraded, this unit. And if you notice there, they use those curved swords or scythes. I don't know what you would say they were there, but they use those particular weapons there. So as I say, very rare to see this unit in any of our battles there. And you'll see here another unit you very rarely see in our battles, and that's the hillmen. Okay, now if you notice there, they're fully upgraded as well. Okay, and you'll see that they've actually got spears, so they're anti-cavalry. But you'll be surprised on how tough these guys are. The hillman infantry can be quite tough with their anti-cavalry spears there. So they're both fully upgraded. Now let's have a look at his pike units here. And there you'll see, if you count the upgrades, 1, 2, 3, 4, oh my gosh, all these pike units are fully upgraded. And just look once again at the length of those pikes that enemy troops are going to have to fight down to kill the man on the other end. So I think all of the Pontus units here will probably be fully upgraded. That's what I'm thinking here. Quick, have a look at his cavalry here. And if we count the upgrades, 1, 2, 3... yeah, fully upgraded Cappadocian cavalry. Okay, so that's the Pontus heavy cavalry there, the Cappadocian cavalry. You'll see they're quite well armoured there, so they're quite good, especially fully upgraded, of course. And then you've got the fast moving Eastern general cavalry unit there, and I think that is also fully upgraded as well. So you can use that fast moving unit like for taking out archers and things like that. And over here you'll see that he's got his chariot archers there. If you have a closer look, you'll see that they got the driver and 2 archers in the chariots there. So they've got a lot of firepower there. So that's an interesting Pontus army, and I think that's one of TR's favourite factions there at 40k no rules is Pontus. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Aurelius. Now Aurelius has got 9 pikes, 4 elephants, 2 chariots, 4 archers and a cavalry general unit there. If you have a look at the upgrades on his pikeman there, you'll see he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. And once again, look at the length of those pikes. The enemy troops are going to have to fight down to kill the man on the other end. Always a daunting task on this, fighting down those long pikes. And there you are, you can see he's got the elephants. Now he hasn't gone for the armoured elephants, the elite elephants. These are kind of like secondary elephants. But they've got archers on the back there. And of course they got, I think, 12 hit points, 7 charge bonus as well. And a massive fear factor, taking morale away from enemy troops, destabilising them there. And he's got 4 of them there. Okay, remember the armoured elephants would be a lot more dearer than those. That's why he's got 4 there. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Mantu. Now Mantu has got 6 cavalry and 14 forester warband archers, which of course you can't see. If you have a look at the upgrades there, you'll see that his cavalry is fully upgraded. Okay, so his cavalry are fully upgraded. His barbarian noble cavalry, 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. But you might find something quite interesting there. As I say, you can't see any of his archers because they're all hiding. But if we look down here, look closely. If you look closely at the right, can you see Forester Warband archers? So you can't see them, but they are there. There, can you see? I wonder if he's got them in a line. He may well have them in a line here. But once again, look close. See, Forester Warband archers there, look. So they are there, but like I say, you cannot see them because they're hiding. Any more for... Oh, there you are, look. There's another. So he must have them in a line in front of his cavalry, or some in front of his cavalry there, look. There you are, look. Forester Warband. So you can't see them, but they are definitely there. Forester Warband archers, look. So I just thought you might find that interesting, that your actual mouse arrow can actually locate them, but you can't actually see them. So I just thought that that was quite an interesting thing there. Good for springing ambushes. What do you reckon? And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, and I've got 12 Spartans, 3 archers, 4 artillery, and 1 fast-moving cavalry unit there. Okay, so that's my standard 40k Greek city army there. As I say, I've got this fast-moving, fully upgraded armoured cavalry general there to try and protect my onager crews, because very often the enemy send a fast-moving armoured cavalry general unit to try and take out my onager crews, which are extremely susceptible to our cavalry damage there. So that's why I've got that fast-moving cavalry unit there to try and defend my artillery. So we've got TR with Pontus, we've got Aurelius with Seleucid, we've got Mantu with Gaul, and myself with Greek cities. It should be a cracking battle for you to watch, and I hope you enjoy it. And here is the other team. We have someone who's called himself OTD Chinnerverzig, but is in fact Scorpion King SR. Now Scorp's got 5 artillery, 7 horse archers, and 8 headhunting maidens. So that's unusual to see Scythia on our battlefields there, so it's nice to see Scorp bringing those units and this faction onto our 40k no rules battle there. So it'll be actually interesting to see how well he does with them. Remember those headhunting maidens there, as you can see there. We'll have a closer look at them there. If you notice there, when you hear the word maiden, you might think innocent, quiet, reserved, maybe a bit of a wallflower. Well, all those things certainly ain't these maidens. These are the deadly ladies of Rome Total War. If you notice those axes they carry, they are effective against armour. And cavalry versus cavalry, I would say these are probably the best cavalry in the game. They're not so good against infantry, but cavalry versus cavalry, they're brilliant. And of course, the effective against armour axe is great, because the heavier the armoured cavalrymen they fight, okay, the more bonus that kicks in with those effective against armour axes there. So there, that's the headhunting maidens, certainly not innocent young ladies. And his horse archers are hiding in the woods there somewhere, ready to be brought out when he is ready to bring them out there, okay? So it'd be interesting to see how well he handles that. Their next teammate is Brotherhood member Demon. Now Demon's got 15 infantry, 1 archer, and 4 cavalry. Yes, 15 infantry there. So imagine the piler damage that he could do to our troops there. Okay, and you notice their gold shield, gold attack. I think all his infantry gold shield, gold attack, which tells me he's probably got quite good upgrades on his cavalry. There you can see, nice battle formation as well. And if you notice there, he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. So that's a pretty good 40k no rules Roman army, but no artillery. Okay, and I think artillery is coming in on its, into its own now. Their next teammate is AUXJohng 7. Now AUXJohng 7 has got 2 artillery, 10 pikes, and 4 archers. And I think he's got a couple of cavalry units as well hiding in the woods. Here you'll see that he's actually brought something unusual here, a ballista. We very rarely see a ballista brought to the battlefield there. Let's have a close look at that. They put an oversized arrow, a massive arrow in that ballista, and when it's fired at the enemy, if you've got enemy troops stood in front of each other, it can impale 3 or 4 enemy troops there with the power that it's got. Look at the levers where they lever back the tension before they release them with the other levers there. So it'd be interesting to see how well that does during the course of the battle. And their last teammate, if we can see him in the woods, oh yeah, there he is Brotherhood member Barclayman. Now Barclayman's got 11 pikes, 5 archers, and 4 cavalry. But just to let you know that his 11 pikes are maximum upgraded. 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. And we know that these Macedonian pikes are pretty good with just gold shield, gold attack on one stripe, but these are absolutely maximum upgraded. 3 experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack there. So that's what he's got. And of course the majority of his troops are hiding in the woods. So there's the enemy team. I think it could be very, very effective here. You got of course Scythia with Scorpion King, you've got Rome with Demon, you've got AUXJohng there with Macedon, and you've got, of course, you've got Barclayman in there with Macedon as well. Should be a great battle for you to watch. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought I'd like to talk to you about Gaul and our new 40k no rules battle. Gaul has actually been a revelation to, I think, all of us here. In a lot of our battles in 40k no rules, Gaul gets the most kills, and gets the most kills by quite a long way as well. Now, who would have thought that a Barbarian faction with a high money game, 40k no rules, would get the most kills? I mean, you'd think the more elite factions like, Greek cities, Rome, Macedon, Seleucid, etc. would thrive in the 40k no rules battlefield, wouldn't you? That's what you would think. But for Gaul to actually, as I say, it's been a real revelation to most of us. And I know that Brotherhood member Earth likes using Gaul in this 40k battles as well. So I think they're quite an interesting faction at this type of battlefield. Here I thought we'd have a look at my Greek cities battle formation there, where you'll see that it's all about guarding the artillery. Okay, that's why this battle formation is set up like this, is to guard the actual artillery there, which is very important. If you got enemy cavalry come round behind us, look, I've got a lot of Spartan units there to neutralise them if they try and come round to kill my Onager crews. I say a lot of Spartans there. So that is why this battle formation is set up like this, is just to protect the artillery, because the artillery in this type of game is very important. I've got my archers at the front of my battle formation, just behind the Spartan first line there. So I just thought you might find that interesting to see. Okay, this very, very early stage of the battle, you'll see that I'm moving my battle formation over towards my allies there. Okay, so I'm moving more central, which is something that I usually do. Okay, so that's where I want to get over to my allies there. But what you'll notice here is Barclayman, whenever he's opposite me and I've got Greek cities, he always does this same tactic, which is pretty good. He takes cavalry. He knows that I'm Greek cities and I've got no decent cavalry, so he takes cavalry over there to try and take out my Onager crews or attack my archers. Now, he always does this, and this time he's bought 4. Usually he brings like 1 or 2 fast moving cavalry units, but this time he's really going for broke. He's got 4 heavy, well upgraded cavalry coming over here, looking to try and take out my Onager crews, as I said, or take out my archers. As my battle formation moves, look, the artillery are vulnerable to attack from enemy cavalry, and Barclayman knows this. And as I say, he usually just brings 2 fast moving cavalry units over, but today, as I say, he's going for broke. He's bringing the 4 heavy companion cavalry over there. Okay, so what we're going to do here, as the cavalry gets closer, we're going to pause the game in a second for a particular reason, which I hope you will find quite interesting. Okay, so I've paused the game here. Now you can see the enemy cavalry approaching, and what I would like you to do, as an enemy cavalry is approaching to try and kill my Onager crews, what I'd like you to do is have a look in this area. Keep watching this area here, because this is a fantastic ambush. And everybody in the game thought it was a great ambush here. Let's say Barclayman, there you are, did you see? The Forester Warband archers there that were hiding have now ambushed those Macedonian cavalry. Now that's the last thing I think Barclayman was expecting there, for these Forester Warband to be hiding and then ambush those cavalry units. And make no mistake, the volume of arrows that they'll be shooting at Barclayman's cavalry will, I'm pretty sure, damage at least the closest cavalry unit quite a lot on this left flank of ours. But there's things happening on both flanks at the same time here. So over on our right flank here, you will see that Scorpion King has got his I think his noble archers there. You can see there shooting their horse archers there, shooting their arrows into our Pontus allies cavalry. Now remember, at 40k our units are very well upgraded, so archers don't do the same damage to units as they would in 31k. Obviously in 31k with less money our troops are less upgraded, so we'll suffer more casualties from archer fire. But when you've got well upgraded troops, and I believe these Cappadocian cavalry are fully upgraded, which gives them something like a 30 defense. So arrows aren't going to do a lot of damage to these. They're going to do absolute minimum damage to these guys from the horse archers there. So as I say, with 40k no rules battle, we're still learning it at the moment, but there are a lot of differences between this and our normal 31k battles that we've been playing for 14 years or so. But as I say here, that was a great ambush there, I thought, by Mantu. As I say, those Forester Warband archers are real ambush troops, and just look at the volume of arrows going into this one Macedonian companion cavalry unit there. I mean, just look at the casualties that ambush has caused just to that one unit. Now, as I say here, it wouldn't surprise me if he took his cavalry out of range. Now, look at the dead on that one unit there that was closest to them. And that's been reduced from 54 to 30 already. And he's still taking casualties now, look, from those archers there. And you can see he's taking his other cavalry away out of range there. And you can see that one cavalry unit. Probably he's hoping that he might be able to get behind and maybe smash into my archers, or honour crew or something like that. But my guess is that he won't be able to now, not with the battle formation set up. And you can see that Mantu's bringing his cavalry over as well. Nice bit of cover there from Mantu. He knows my Greek cities have got no decent cavalry, so he's brought his fully upgraded cavalry over to help. Plus, as I say, he's got his warband, his archers there, Forester Warband archers there. Now there, look, can you see my Cretan archers and my Spartans there? Can you see Cretan archers and my Spartans? But also, look, if you look closely, can you see Forester Warband? So let's say the mouse arrow detects the Forester Warbands, but you can't see them, as we saw earlier, because they're hiding. So as I say, fantastic ambush troops those Forester Warbands are. And as I say, in 40k they seem to have come in to their own here. And I mean, look at the casualties that they caused that Macedonian cavalry unit there from ambushing them there. So as I say, that's really good ambush troops they are. And as I say, with their anti-cavalry spears as well, I mean, they really are a good faction to bring to a 40k no rules battle. Now over here, as I say, you can see Scorpion King's horse archers there shooting into TR's Pontus troops there. You can see TR's got Chariot Archer there in Cantabrian circle going around there. Let's see, makes it very difficult to kill a unit in Cantabrian circle, and they can shoot large volumes of arrows into enemy troops there. So as I say, I imagine probably Scorpion King's a bit disappointed he hasn't done more damage with his cavalry, with those horse archers there against enemy cavalry. But as I say, with 40k, our units are a lot more upgraded. So they're going to suffer less damage from arrows than what they would in a 31k battle. But these are all things that we're still learning here. Remember, we played 31k for over 14 years, and we've been playing 40k no rules for about 8 weeks. So we are still really learning things there. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second here. Now here you'll see Aurelius bringing his elephants over here to chase off those Scythian horse archers. Now remember, those elephants have got a massive 12 hit points. 12 hit points there. Plus, as I say, they've got the fear factor, and they've got archers on the back of those elephants to be able to shoot at those horse archers as well. Meanwhile, over on our other flank there, now you'll notice here that Barclayman's got the old-fashioned 31k tight packed formation there, which is just right for me to hit him with fire pots. Can you see that? That close, tight, packed formation there being hit by fire pots would be great. That battle formation is done well in 31k, and that's why Barclayman's using it, but it is very susceptible to fire pot hits. Now here, you'll see that AUXJohng has got a completely different battle formation, one long line. And believe me, this is a lot harder to hit with fire pots or with artillery in this long line than that close, dense formation that Barclayman's got. Okay, so a lot of my fire pots, you know, fire pots are inaccurate anyway, so a lot of my fire pots are just going to miss those line of troops by miles. But if I was shooting them into that close, tight, packed formation of Barclayman, the chances are we cause him quite a few casualties. So, as I say, I just thought that was interesting to see the difference in battle formations there. Okay, meanwhile, over on our right flank, as I say, there's different things happening on both flanks at the moment, so please bear with me on this. Right, you can see I'm taking the elephants across. As I say, with the archers on the back of those elephants there, they can reply to those horse archers of Scorpion Kings. But, as I say, don't forget these elephants, as I say, have got 12 hit points, so they're very difficult to kill. And you can see all those horse archers of Scorpion King shooting loads of arrows into the rear of that elephant unit. And yet, if you notice, that elephant unit hasn't lost one elephant. So it just goes to show those hit points really do make a difference to the troops here. And as I say, with 40k, our troops are so well upgraded now that I think arrows are starting to do less and less damage to those particular troops there. Okay, but as I say, over here, I've moved my battle formation a little bit closer because I really want to drop some fire pots on Barclayman's close, tight battle formation there. But I think he'll probably back off. As my formation gets closer, my guess is that he will back that Macedonian battle formation off, because he certainly doesn't want to get hit by fire pots, because he knows the damage that would cause to his battle formation there. So, as I say, when I get a bit closer, when he thinks I'm getting nearer in range to his battle formation, my guess is he will pull back. Let's just pause the game for a second there. So as I say, if you just look at that close, dense, packed formation there, as I say, imagine the damage that a load of fire pots. Remember, I've got 4 artillery pieces there, 4 lots of fire pots smashing into that lot. And also you'll notice that Barclayman's got no artillery. He's bought no artillery to be able to neutralise my artillery. He's got nothing there to shoot back at. So all he would do is just stand there and get decimated by fire pots, because he's got no artillery to reply to that. So as I say, I think if he thinks I'm getting into range, I reckon he'll pull that battle formation out of range there. We'll just have to see. Okay, meanwhile, over on our right flank here. Now, I thought I'd show you this, something a bit interesting. Can you see that TR is moving these 2 fully upgraded cavalry units into the woods? Now, it wouldn't surprise me if he's moved them in there tactically. He's going to hide them and hope that the enemy troops haven't seen them. Just watch those 2 units. Okay, so he's going to hide them in the woods. That's what I think. There you are. Can you see? That's one unit hiding, and there's the other unit. So both those units now are hiding in the woods, and I think he's hoping the enemy might not notice that, so he can spring a nasty ambush from those woods onto unsuspecting enemy troops. Okay, now over here you'll see that he's got his foot archers and his chariot archers there replying to Scorpion King's Scythian noble horse archers there. Okay, so as you can see, Scorpion King got his horse archers in Canterbury and circle. As I say, this is a very, very effective formation here. And don't forget, this was used back in the day. That's a real horse archer battle formation there in that Canterbury and circle. Okay, if you notice here, I've moved my battle formation a little bit more forward. And as we said, can you see that Barclayman is now backing off his battle formation there? Can you see he doesn't want to get fire potted, so he's moved away. But as I say here, if you look at this battle formation of Zhong's, you'll see that long line there makes it very difficult to hit with fire pots. It's because there's just one line to hit. It's not a dense, packed formation. So I reckon a lot of my fire pots are going to miss his battle formation there as Barclayman is moving away. There you are. Look at all these fire pots. Oh, well, one managed to hit there, so that was good. That's reduced that unit to 93 from 121, so that's good news. But I just got a feeling that a lot of my fire pots here are just going to miss. There you are. Just look at all those fire pots there. There's just been fire there that haven't hit anything. So I don't know whether the best thing is just to stop shooting at that battle formation and keep my ammunition to try and concentrate on more densely packed formations. There, look, all those missed. All those fire pots there that I've just fired, look, all that ammunition just all missed. It was a waste of time, really, wasn't it? So there you go. Let's pause the game for a second here. So there you are. Can you see those ballistas we looked at earlier? that can fire those arrows that can impale 3 or 4 men in one go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a couple of my archer units out of my battle formation here. I'm going to take them forward, okay, and I'm going to target that ballistic crew. I'm going to try and take out the ballistic crew there with a couple of my long-range Cretan archers there. Okay, that's what I'm going to do, as it's a bit exposed. I notice a lot of people tend to put their artillery in front of their main battle line there, which really opens it up to being hit. Now look, I've got lots of, you see all those fire pots just coming. Most of those missed as well, didn't they? But there you are. I'm trying to shoot this ballistic crew down here with my 2 Cretan archers, causing them a few casualties there. They say that they're trying to move. Now he's trying to move the ballista back out of range there, but as I say, I think I've caused them so much damage now, I'm not sure those ballistas will be able to be operated anymore. So there you are. You see, oh, that was a good fire pot hit, wasn't it? Whoa, that was a good one. Reduced that down to 77 from 121. So yeah, that's pretty good. But in general, this one-line battle formation is very difficult to hit with inaccurate fire pots there. Now here you'll see, you can see my artillery there. I say it's very difficult to hit with that. I think what I need to do now really is just stop firing, hold my ammunition back. There, that single line battle formation is very effective. What I need to do is save my ammunition for Barclayman's formation, or look at Demon's formation there, in that close packed 31k battle formation that's served us so well for over 14 years. But in these 40k no rules battles, that would be a perfect target for artillery. So as I say, we need to really think about our battle formations and things like that. Okay, over here you'll see that Mantu is taking his archers over to that left flank. Now remember, these Forester Warband got 2 unique abilities. One, as you saw earlier, they just disappear and hide as soon as they stop moving. And of course the secondary thing they've got is their secondary weapon, which is the anti-cavalry spear. They're the only archer in the game that have got a secondary weapon, which is an anti-cavalry spear. And how many times in our battles so far have we seen, say, Roman cavalry being charged into these guys, only to see that Roman cavalry routed because these guys just alt attack and pull out those anti-cavalry spears, which are very, very effective. So as I say, 2 unique abilities for these Forester Warbands. They can disappear when they stop moving, and they've got anti-cavalry spear. Plus, they're got very powerful arrows as well. Their range is really good. They can do a lot of damage. So make no mistake, these are real elite archers here. And as I say, they've come into their own on these 40k no rules battles there. And as I say, I think it's, like I said before, it's been a revelation to all of us how well Gaul could do on this type of battlefield. Right, and here you can see Aurelius has taken his mid-range archers forward here to take on the enemy Cretan archers there. So that's a nice teamwork move of our Seleucid ally Aurelius there. Okay, as I say, those are mid-range archers there. They're cheap as well, and these Cretan archers, as we know, are very dear, especially with the upgrades that are put on them. So as I say, it's quite a good idea to put cheap archers up against expensive archers there, because the expensive arrows fired by the expensive archers are just killing mid-range cheap archers there, if you see what I mean. So that's quite good. Okay, over here on our right flank, you'll see that Scorpion King are taking those horse archers forward once again. We know Scorpion King very aggressive, very attacking. Right, now do you remember those 2 Pontus cavalry units we looked at earlier that hid in the woods? Do you remember those 2? There you are, look. Now, just because the Scythians have got near them, look, they're now exposed. You can now see them in the woods. Remember, when you hide units, if enemy units get near to you, they can obviously see you, and you're no longer hiding. Now, he needs to move those units quick before the Headhunting maidens hit them, because make no mistake, the Headhunting maidens, when they're effective against armor axes, are going to do a lot of damage, and bang, as they charge in there. Oh my gosh. Right, so here you can see the Headhunting maidens there using their effective against armor maces. Remember, the heavier the armor of the enemy troops they're fighting, the more those effective against armor axes bonus clicks in. So as I say, these Cappadocian cavalry are very heavily armoured. So those effective against armour axes will really, the bonus there will really click in there against these Cappadocian cavalry there. As I say, it wouldn't surprise me if both these Cappadocian cavalry, even though they were fully upgraded, look, bang, have been routed. There you go. So those two units that TR put in the woods for ambush purposes were actually caught by the Scythians there, and they've both been routed. So that was quite, I suppose, a lucky move for Scorp, because I don't suppose he thought they were there, and just as he moved his cavalry forward there, he just found them, and TR didn't spot that quick enough to move his cavalry out the way, I'm guessing there. But as I say here, you can see, it looks to me like Barclayman and Demon are deciding this is the flank they're going to attack. Can you see how they've combined their forces there? And that looks to me where they look that they're going over to our right flank there. So as I say, you can see Aurelius needs to watch his archers there. There's some cavalry there, Barclayman's cavalry that he tried to take out my Onager crews with earlier are coming back here, and they could well hoover up these archers of Aurelius here. Okay, you can see him move forward. Nice aggressive attacking move there by Barclayman with his cavalry. Going to charge into those archers maybe here, that. Ooh, he's nearly got them there. He nearly crashed into them there, that. But as I say, you're going to charge into my archers, but you can see my Greek city units moving forward there. And I've got my fast-moving cavalry unit I'm going to chase them off with as well. You can see Zhong bringing some of his cavalry across as well. But they need to be careful, because if you notice there, Mantu's got his Gaul archers there. Can you see Zhong bringing his cavalry across, probably hoping to take out my Onager crew or my archers there, or maybe our allies' archers. But here you'll see that Mantu has got his Gaulish Forester warband there, which when they come into range, they can do a lot of damage to those cavalry units from that distance there. So I chase them off a bit. But as I say, over here, it looks to me that Demon's decided to attack right. Now what you're going to see here, I think, is Demon's going to back off. Okay, I reckon he's going to run back here because of a certain reason here. Now you've got Barclayman's archers and his pikemen there, and I think Demon's going to pull back because of the Seleucid elephants coming in towards him. Remember, the pikes of Macedon will kill those elephants quite quickly. There, can you see Aurelius bringing his 4 Seleucid elephants in there, that? Okay, to attack Demon's infantry. So as I say, Demon's going to see those elephants coming towards him and think, whoa, don't really want much of that, and he's going to back off. And my guess is that Barclayman will run forward there, hoping that the elephants will still come towards him, so he can put his pikes down and kill the elephants quite quickly. You'll see pikes and spears will kill elephants quite quickly, as long as they're down, set and ready for the elephant charge. Okay, but as I say, there you are, look, can you see Demon backing off really quick now? You can see those elephants coming towards him, and you'll see Barclayman moving forward. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if Aurelius stopped the elephant attack. There you go. See, he saw the Macedonian pikes coming in. You could see those long-range Cretan archers there. Maybe started shooting arrows at him there, and he backed that elephant attack off. So that was a good tactical, strategic move there, I think, by both teams. Bringing the pikes forward there, Demon backing off, and Aurelius stopping the elephant attack. Okay, over here you'll see that Scorpion King has got his artillery starting to shoot into our troops there. Probably looking to target our allies' Seleucid pikemen there. So as I say, it looks to me like the enemy have definitely decided they're going to attack on our right flank, on their left flank. Now what Zhong's going to do with his pikemen, I don't know whether he's going to maybe attack my battle formation there. I don't know whether he's thinking that, or whether he's going to run over and join with his allies there over on that flank. We just have to see what Zhong's going to do. But here you'll see Scorpion King is firing boulders at my battle formation. Okay, remember what we talked about before. Boulders are good for taking out enemy artillery, but fire pots are the best thing to use. Even though they're inaccurate, fire pots are the best thing to use on other enemy units. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to concentrate my boulders on this one unit that's just been shooting boulders at me there. So that's what I'm going to aim my my artillery at, just to try and take out that unit that's closest to me. There, can you see where the boulders have landed quite closely? there. But there should be another salvo of boulders coming in now, and hopefully they'll be a bit more accurate and take these two out, which is what I'm hoping they're going to do. Bang, bang! There you go. There, that's the accuracy of boulders. You see, he just took out that one artillery unit. Now over here you can see this is a good tactical move by the enemy team here, and that is that Barclayman, look, has gone on to this side so that he can watch the elephants with his pikes, and he can attack maybe the Pontus pikemen in front of him, okay, but always keeping his rear pike units watching those elephants. Okay, so I think that's a nice move there by Barclayman and Demon between them attacking there. So as I say, Barclayman can attack the Pontus units in front of him, but still keep pike units back to deal with an elephant attack if it comes in. Now here my guess is Demon wants to attack the Seleucids in front of him because he can do massive damage with his pilers, and if he attacks them on the end here, look, he can pin and hold those units, right, if you see what I mean, and then get units round behind them. Okay, so he can pin and hold them while he gets units in behind them there, which I think could be an interesting tactical attacking move if that's what he's going to do. But he'll weaken those Seleucid units first by throwing loads of pilers into them. So it'll be interesting to see how they do there. And as I say, over here, Zhong, I'm not sure if he knows quite what he wants to do yet. I don't know whether he's got his cavalry there as well. I don't know whether he's stalking my battle formation or whether he's going to go over left there and help his allies. We just have to see exactly what he's going to do there. But it's a nice attacking move here by Mantu, trying to take out the Honour crews, but he needs to watch that Headhunting maiden unit, and there could be some heavy cavalry coming in from the other flank as well. He needs to move back, I would suggest there. Okay, so you can see there now Mantu moving his general unit back, being chased by that Headhunting maiden unit there. Can he just keep out of range? Hopefully he will. But meanwhile over here on our right flank and the enemy's left flank there, you will see that Scythia units of Demon are moving forward. And make no mistake now, he is going to throw loads of pilers into those Seleucid units. I noticed that Mantu's put an archer unit out as kind of a piler shield in front of Aurelius, his pikeman there. That's a nice teamwork move there. So those archers will soak up hopefully a lot of the pilers instead of the pikemen. Okay, so here I've moved my battle formation forward, and I'm just launching some fire pots towards Scythia, but really I should concentrate my artillery fire on the dense formation of Demon Scipii army there, and maybe even attack with some of my Spartan units there. That would help my allies out, wouldn't it, I think, if I did that. But at the moment I'm just shooting some fire pots towards the Scythian Headhunting maidens there. There you are, like you see, probably all going to miss. Oh, we managed to get one hit there, but there you go. You can see a lot of the fire pots, most of the fire pots missed there, shooting them. But really, that dense formation of Demon Scipii infantry would be a great target for my artillery there. Now, just to say, you can see that Barclayman moving his Macedonian units into the Seleucid. Now, just to let you know that the Macedonian pikemen, okay, the Seleucids and the Pontus pikemen have got 3 defence less than Macedon. Before you put any upgrades on these pike units, Macedon straight away got a 3 defence bonus, okay, more than any other pike unit. So as I say, the Macedonians, before we put any upgrades on any of the pike units in this battle, the Macedonians got a 3 defence advantage over any of the pike units. So in theory, when they fight pike units head on, they should win there in theory there. Now what I think, as I say, I think Demon's going to pin and hold those Seleucid units there while he takes units in behind there. Can you see what I mean? That would be a good tactical move, wouldn't it, if he did that? And I think that's probably what he's going to do there. Now as you can see here, I'm moving my battle formation closer to the action there over on our right flank, so I can get my onagers more in range there and start targeting those enemy Scipio. Oh, that was a nice fire pot hit there. Yeah, so as you can see now, I'm targeting those Scipio, and as we said here, look, as we thought, Demon is holding and pinning those 2 end Seleucid units there while he takes units round the back. Great tactical move there. Any newer players to Rome Total War watching this, that is a classic, really effective move there. As I say here, you can see our the Macedonians there attacking our Seleucid ally. And this is a nice move here by TR, taking his pikes on the flank of the Macedonian units there. So he can now move in on the flank of Macedon. I thought that was a nice move there by TR. Remember though, you've got Barclayman's archers there in close tight formation for more impact and more damage with the arrows there. Okay, so he's got his archers there. Plus you've got all the Scorpion King's headhunting maidens there, ready to attack heavily armoured enemy cavalry. Remember, their effective against armor axe bonus comes in the heavier the armor is that they fight. Right, as I say, you can see I'm moving my battle formation, my Spartans over there, but I am targeting those Scipii troops with my fire pots there. Okay, but as I say, great move here by Demon. As I say, any newer players to Rome Total War, this is something that you can do. That pin and hold enemy units while you take other units round behind them. Okay, at the moment I'm being shot at here by Scorpion King's artillery. And you can see over here some headhunting maidens moving over here on our left flank. Now, in a minute, you're going to see something incredibly, I think, very interesting for you to watch here. Now, as I say, you can see the Forester Warband units moving over there towards our allies, and you can see those headhunting maidens there moving over, and the Scythian archers, horse archers, moving over here as well. Okay, so as I say, in a minute you're going to see something quite interesting here. Right, there's a headhunting maiden charge, and bang, as they charge in there. Okay, but I wanted to show you something here. Okay, so you can see, as I say, the maidens got those headhunting, the maidens have got those effective against armour axes, and look, you can see the Gaulish Forester Warband, as we said, have got anti-cavalry spears. Now, the maidens are only light cavalry, and those effective against armour axes are just that, just for affecting against armour. As I say, the heavier the armour troops are wearing, the more those bonuses come in. But look at these Forester Warbands, no armour. Okay, they're not wearing any armour at all. So those effective against armour axes, there's no bonus there at all. All you've got is light cavalry using axes against anti-cavalry spearmen. Do you see what I mean? So the effective against armour axes, the bonus isn't there because they're not fighting armoured troops. Do you see what I mean? And now they're light cavalry fighting anti-cavalry spear troops. And here comes the rest of them that they're going to charge in there. Look, you can see there they're going to charge into those. There's a general being killed there. Now, as all those cavalry are arriving to attack, you can see them charging in there. Okay, they're charging into that fully upgraded cavalry there, but they're being shot at before they get there. They're being weakened by a Gaul Forester arrow fire. All these Forester Warband archers that are weakening the Scythian troops, the cavalry, before they even make contact with the fully upgraded Gaul cavalry there. Okay, so the Scythian troops are already weakened there, and then, like I say, once again, there you'll see these headhunting maidens charging in to the Gaul Forester Warband. Bang, as they charge in there. But like I said to you before, there you are. They've got that effective against armor. Those effective against armor axes. The bonus is null and void because they're not fighting armored troops. And what it boils down to is you got light cavalry using axes against anti-cavalry spearmen. So do you see what I mean? So those effective against armor axes, the bonus is just null and void. It's not counted because they're not fighting armored troops there when they go into those archers. So there you go. And now those archers, my guesses, will be alt-attacked, and those maidens will be caught between heavy cavalry and the anti-cavalry archers there. And now all the Scythian cavalry has now been routed by Gaul. There you are. Who would have thought that? So there you go. That's what Gaul can do with their anti-cavalry spears. And as I say, the maidens there that are probably cavalry versus cavalry, the best cavalry in the game. But there where they attacked archers, their bonus was null and void because the archers don't have armour. Right, over here you'll see there that the Macedonians are attacking our Seleucid ally there, and you can see another Macedonian unit attacking Pontus, our Pontus ally as well there with his pikeman. Okay, so you can see here a lot of Scipii cavalry charging into the rear of our ally there. Bang! As he charges in there. Oh my gosh. That was a massive cavalry hit there. Nice cavalry hit that was. Okay, at this stage of the battle you'll see that my Spartans are closing in on the bulk of Demon's Scipii infantry there. Now, the lesson that I should have learnt by now in 8 weeks of playing 40k no rules battles is to stop shooting fire pots into the enemy troops that I'm actually attacking. Okay, that's a lesson I should have learnt, because the fire pots, as we said, are so inaccurate that the chances are that if I'm still shooting fire pots into the enemy that I'm attacking, the fire pots could actually cause my own troops casualties. Over here you'll see that there's a lot of Aurelius' Seleucid pikemen have been routed now. It looks like there's another cavalry charge going into the back of those Seleucid pike units there as they're being attacked at the front by Macedonians. Over here you'll see that Zhong has just moved his Macedonian army through the woods and have come out all the way on this flank. Now I'm guessing he's going to throw his Macedonians into the attack here and could well finish off Pontus and maybe our Seleucid ally as well. Okay, but as I say here, I should have learned a lesson by now. Don't shoot fire pots over your own army or your allies' troops as they're fighting enemy troops, because fire pots will drop short. They're so inaccurate. There's a chance they could cause me some big problems here. There's a fire pot going up, bang! Look at that, took out a lot of my Spartans. There's some more fire pots go. Oh my gosh! Right, I've just killed my own general with my own fire pot. There you go. So there you are. There's a lesson for all of you when you play our games like 40k no rules games. Don't use artillery onto troops that you're attacking. There you are. I've just lost my general through that fire pot hit from my own onagers there. So not very good really. So there you are. You can see my Spartans starting to make inroads into that enemy Scipii infantry there. But as I say, I think a heck of a lot of Aurelius' Seleucid pike units have now been routed, if not all of them. All of his pike units could well have been routed now with a combination of Scipii cavalry and Macedonian pikes. There's a chariot unit there of Aurelius's, moving probably over towards the enemy team. And you can see that Mantu's bringing his Forester Warband archers forward here to get in range of the enemy troops now. There's a good chance here I could be surrounded by enemy troops there. That's only a part of my Spartans I've thrown in there. And I'm bringing reinforcements over now, but it looks to me like I could be surrounded there by enemy troops. The Macedonians are moving in towards my troops as well here. So, pause the game for a second here. So, you can see here that Demon's sending some of his infantry over to deal with Mantu's Forester Warband there, but you can see that my Spartans there are being surrounded by Scipii troops, and as I say here, Barclayman's bringing his Macedonian pike units over with their long pikes to attack my Spartans as well. So there's a good chance that group of Spartans I've got fighting there could well be taken out. I'm trying to get reinforcements over to that group of Spartans as fast as I can. But whether they'll get there in time, I don't know. I could well lose all those Spartans there in the centre, looking at the well-upgraded enemy troops attacking me. Meanwhile, here you'll see that Scorpion King's rallied some of his cavalry and are taking out my onager crews. Well, I'm not going to use my onagers anymore, I don't think anyway, so I don't think I'm that bothered at this stage. I probably could have used them on these Macedonian units here, but that's the way it goes, isn't it? So, there you go. You can see here that the Macedonian troops there are attacking the Pontus pikemen. And as I say, remember those Macedonian pikemen there have got 3 defense advantage on any other pike unit before you start putting upgrades on. So that gives them a big advantage there. I can see more Pontus units starting to rout. And as I say, I think all the Seleucid pikemen, as far as I'm aware of Aurelius's, have now been taken out. Okay, so over here that you can see Barclayman, as I say, bringing those pike units in. Look at that cavalry smashing into the back of my Spartans. They're like a bang as it charges in there. As I say, that group of Spartans now is really isolated and just waiting to be taken out. Just look, massive cavalry hit and all that infantry closing in there. I'm trying to get reinforcements over as quick as I can, but the chances are, I reckon, that group of Spartans are going to get taken out, especially with those, you've got those Macedonian archers shooting into them as well, and the Macedonian pikemen with their long pikes attacking them as well. But as you can see, I'm bringing Spartans over as fast as I can, trying to relieve that group of Spartans there. But as I say, whether I'll get there in time, I don't know. That group of Spartan looks pretty beleaguered to me. They're trying to fight through the enemy troops to get to them. There you can see that pike unit of Barclayman there, really trying to push in there. But I'm trying, you can see that the fresh Spartan units are arriving. I'm trying to fight through the enemy troops to get to that beleaguered group. There you are, I might well bring this group of Spartans, these couple of Spartan units round the side here and charging through a weaker part of the enemy battle formation. Don't forget Mantu's archers will be shooting into them as well. But you can see Barclayman's brought some of his archers and pikemen over at this stage of the battle. So you can see AUXJohng there has moved his Macedonian pikes forward there, engaging TR's Pontus pikes. Plus he's got his cavalry units there as well. He's gone for the fast moving armoured cavalry generals. Remember, units there. Remember, they've got 2 hit points and excellent specifications there. It wouldn't surprise me if they routed this Pontus, that Pontus cavalry. There you are. Yeah, just routed that Pontus cavalry unit there. So as I say, things not looking very good over on that flank there. But luckily my Spartan reinforcements have arrived, and we've linked up with that beleaguered group that was surrounded. So we've managed to actually get there, which is good news. Pleased about that. Okay, let's just pause the game for a second here. So here you'll see that Demon charged his cavalry into these Forester warbands, and you can see they've just auto-attacked with their anti-cavalry spears and have routed that Roman cavalry. Okay, those Praetorian cavalry have been routed there by the anti-cavalry spears of the Foresters. Plus you'll see Mantu's charged some of his fully upgraded cavalry in there as well. I think Mantu's handled that Gaul faction extremely well there. As I say, that is his faction of choice, I believe. At 40k now is Gaul. There you are. You can see my Spartans really pushing in now on those enemy troops that had several of my units surrounded there. You can see I'm taking one unit over there to counter that Macedonian unit coming in behind me. And don't forget, those Forester warband archers will be shooting in to the enemy troops' loads, causing big casualties there. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second here. So as I say, here you can see Scorpion King using the headhunting maidens there to he may well attack enemy troops there. I don't think he'll go for the Mantu's archers again though. I think he probably learned quite a lesson from there, attacking those anti-cavalry archers there when they auto-attack with their spears. Over here that you'll see that Aurelius is using his elephants there. If you notice, he's kept his elephants back really towards the end of the battle. This is a tactic we've learnt actually when you use elephants. Try and hold them back towards the latter end of the battle. Right, now here's these cavalry of the Macedonian cavalry, the general armoured units, against these fully upgraded Cappadocian cavalry of Pontus. And there you go. See, those general cavalry units there of Macedon took out those 2 fully upgraded Pontus units. Now you've got the elephants charging in there as well. And Aurelius has just pulled those elephants back because he saw that pike unit moving in towards him there. But you can see Mantu's moving his cavalry all over the battlefield, hitting loads of targets with his cavalry, also targeting enemy troops with his archer fire there as well. Now I thought this was a good move. When my Spartans were beleaguered there, that group, you can see that Mantu had units shooting into the enemy troops from that angle, plus he had archers shooting in from the other angle. So those troops that I was fighting were caught in a crossfire of archer fire there from Mantu's archers. That was a nice crossfire there that Mantu did on the enemy troops there, and that helped me, I think, be able to rout them there. So that was a nice move there. As I say, Gaul, as I say, has been a real revelation, I think, to all of us in 40k no rules battles. As I say, Mantu and Brotherhood member Earth really seem to like Gaul in these 40k no rules battles there. Okay, you can see AUXJohng there with his Macedonian army. Oh, this is a nice cav charge that bang straight into the back of that Macedonian unit there with that fully upgraded Cappadocian cavalry. That was a nice hit there. The impact and penetration, that unit routed on impact there. That was good. But there you can see that cavalry coming over, like, and bang, caught that Cappadocian cavalry there. It wouldn't surprise me here if all of the Pontus units were routed here by Macedon at this stage of the battle. Pontus was quite weakened before, I think, AUXJohng got over here with his Macedonians, but now AUXJohng might finish them off here, which would be bad news for us. You'll notice here I'm running my Spartans over to try and help TR as quick as I can there, running them over there to try and help, because I can see most of TR's units have now been routed. Okay, so you can see I'm getting over there now, trying to help. And as I say, you've got Mantu's cavalry right behind me. And make no mistake, Mantu will bring his Forester Warband archers forward here to target the enemy as well. Now you'll notice here what I want to do is take those Macedonians on head on to pin and hold them while I take units round behind them. Here I'm taking some battle damage units over to face these Macedonian cavalry units there, and there's a pike unit there as well, as you can see. But over here, look, I'm pinning and holding those Macedonian units while I'm getting units round behind them, and I'm going to attack them from behind. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second here. So pin and hold. Remember this, newer players to Rome Total War. Pin and hold the enemy while you get units in behind them. Remember, the weakest part of any unit on Rome Total War is its rear. If you get round behind him there, that is where you can attack. And as I say, you got those Forester Warband archers in tight close formation for more impact and more damage with their arrows shooting into the enemy troops there. As I say, my Spartans are making inroads gradually into AUXJohng's Macedonian units there. Okay, you can see I'm closing in there. I've got another unit I can bring over and go in behind them as well if I want to. So there you are, you can see that unit moving there. I think a couple of Aurelius's elephant units have run amok, so I want to steer clear of them, because remember, when elephants run amok, they kill both friend and foe alike. Well, there's a cavalry hit, look, bang! As that cavalry of AUXJohng has just smashed into a couple of my Spartan units. He's going to charge those units in as well, look, and bang, as he charges in there. But now his general has been routed there. We've routed his general, and it looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle there. So so pleased about that. And there you are, TR's got one unit left, and let's guess what that one unit is. And of course it is the Thracian mercenary unit. A unit we very rarely see on any of our battles ever, 31k or 40k, and that's the one unit that survived there out of his whole army. So that just goes to show the battle of attrition this really was. But if we have a look at the battlefield here, you will see how spread out the dead were. Over here, look, you can see these are where the Headhunting maidens charged into those Gaul Forester Warband and those fully upgraded cavalry of Gaul as well. They're in a combination hit on the poor Headhunting maidens there, and this Scythian noble archers as well. They were all taken out. Over here you'll see more. I think the battlefield seems to me to be covered in dead all over the place in various degrees of intensity. I mean, over here you'll see there, you can see the start of a lot of dead. There's a lot of Gaul Forester Warband dead there if you look closely. As we move across here, we come over to here. This is a very intense part of the battle here. You can always tell the most intense part of our battles by the piles of dead. Obviously, where the biggest piles of dead is where the most intense part of the fighting was there. You can see that line of Seleucid pikemen. You can see basically a line there of where the Seleucid pikemen fought down to the last man almost. And over here, that's a mass pile of dead there. That's like, is that the Seleucid there, I think? Looks like Seleucid pikemen dead there. And over here as well, you can see Pontus, Macedon there. A lot of dead there as we move across the battlefield. More and more dead here. But as I say, it's a very spread out battlefield, and there was things going on all over the battlefield at the same time. So there you are, you can see some more dead there. There's a lot of Macedonian dead there, doesn't it? Big pile of Macedonian dead there. So as I said, our team was lucky enough to go on to win the battle there. I think that's probably all the enemy units there. I think the last of the enemy generals has just admitted defeat, I think. I can't see anymore now. That's it. And so we were lucky enough to go on to win. First thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game. I thought everybody played really well. Well done, guys. I was surprised it was a clear victory. I thought it would have been an average victory, to be honest with you. There, and the highest kills in the game, get ready for this, goes to Brotherhood member Mantu with the Barbarian faction Gaul. 1,810 kills with Gaul. Who would have ever thought that on a 40k no rules battle that a Barbarian faction would get the highest kills, where other so-called elite factions have got a lot lower kills? So it just goes to show, as I say, Gaul is a real revelation on the 40k no rules battlefield. And so really well done. So well done to Scorpion King. Possibly didn't get the kills that he wanted to there, but his maidens and his cavalry were smashed and crashed against those Gaul anti-spear archers, wouldn't they, really? Well done to Demon. He was very aggressive there. Possibly didn't get the kills that he wanted. I always think if you get less than 1,000 kills, it's not as many kills as you want. Well done to AUXJohng there with his Macedonian army. Did quite well there with that one-line battle formation there. Avoided fire pots pretty well, I thought, there. And well done to Barclayman. I think he got the 3rd highest kills in the game there. So well done to Bark there with his Macedonians there. So well done to the other team. I thought you played really well, guys. Great game. My kills, 1,005, not too bad. Yeah, quite pleased with those kills there. Well done to Mantu, I say, highest kills in the game with the Barbarian faction Gaul. Absolutely well done there. Well done to Aurelius, got some good kills there with his Seleucid army there, did really well. And well done to TR, I thought he did well there with Pontus, very often his faction of choice. So there you are, guys. I hope you enjoyed this battle. Very diverse battle. We got Greek cities, Gaul, Seleucid and Pontus in our team. Very diverse, and they've got Scythia, Rome, Macedon and Macedon in their team. Once again, very diverse. So I hope you enjoyed this battle. Please give us a thumbs up or leave us a comment if you like this battle. Look forward to seeing you soon. I've got a cracking battle for you for Saturday. Bye for now.